What's up, guys? It's Chris here from G.I. Joe Masters, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Week. Today is Friday, so it's unfortunately the last day of Assassin's Creed Week. Today we are looking at the Mcfarlane Edward Kenway figure from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag in their Series 1 line. So, on the packaging, the card is the exact same one we got with Blackbeard. It still has the black flag. And on the back, it still has all the figures and everything else, all the legal mumbo jumbo. And something I didn't notice the first two times was underneath it has this weird animus distorting reality shattering thing. I don't know what it really is, but then it has a nice picture of Edward, has the assassin symbol, it says Edward Kenway, and then has the whole exclusive in-game content, which is the Kenway family swords. And then we got another picture of Edward where it says Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. That's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's actually take a look at the Edward Kenway figure. This is actually pretty much one of their best well-done figures from what I've seen. Blocking my face. Pretty much one of the best well-done figures from what I've seen. Does look a lot like the character. Does not hint towards Desmond like the Connor figure did. Because the Connor figure really did look like Desmond, and it kind of killed the mood. Because Connor's Native American, not Desmond. But the figure does capture Edward's likeness a lot. Does really look like him. One of my friends told me that Edward Kenway looked like Heath Ledger from The Patriot. It was weird. The figure's really well detailed, really nicely done. Considering that Mcfarlane, some of their other figures have not been the best, but they did well on this one. One of the best things that they captured is how it's not bleach white. All the parts that are white are not bleach white because they're all kind of dirty. They're all kind of blackened up a bit. Considering Edward's a pirate, spends pretty much the majority of his time on a ship, shooting at other ships, walking around in the middle of the jungle somewhere, looking for stuff, treasure, whatever pirates did. Is it pretty much a couple neat little straps that are made just to sit there. He does have from what I see, there's a little small problem. Kind of put notes on the sides or on the back or on the front. He has nowhere to put his swords, or if he had pistols, he'd have nowhere to put them. Considering in the game he has 4 different pistols, and they normally be on it, two on his chest and 2 on his back. Does not come with pistols, does not come with pistol holsters, even though there would be 2 right there. And, as I said, there is nowhere to put his swords, except one of them, which is kind of right there. But then it still looks kind of not right at all. But those are only my 2, only complaints about this figure. Other than that, it's really highly detailed, really amazing looking figure. For articulation, his head can do the full 360 exorcist head spin, but his hood obviously does get in the way with that. But if you take the hood off, his head can go around the full 360. Arms go on, pretty much every single joint is a ratchet joint. His arms go at 90. You gotta slightly position his arm, but his elbows do bend almost at 90. Does rotate at the elbow, also rotates at the shoulder, and rotates at the wrist. Legs don't really go out far that much, considering the outfit's kind of not as a forgiving kind of rubbery plastic as I would like. Does rotate at the upper part of the leg, does bend at the knee with a ratchet joint, does rotate at the knee, does not rotate at the boot the way Blackbeard did, but his foot can rotate forward and back, and also side to side with an ankle pivot. And this is the one figure that does not have a problem with standing up on his own. The other two figures did have a problem. For me, Blackbeard's ankles weren't able to support him, considering his ankle joints were very loose. And for Connor, he had a problem with his right foot, which it would not be completely on the ground, so he had sometimes had problems standing up. Not the case with Edward here, but considering he can pretty much stand on his own in almost, well, pretty much every single pose you want to put him in, he will be able to stand. Because surprisingly, he's the only one that does not have a problem standing. He does have a few nice pouches on his back. Again, it's still not bleach white, it's still dirty or white. You got the red cloth around his waist. And accessory wise, he comes with 2 sets of hidden blades, one retracted and one set extended. And he also comes with 2 swords, 2 Kenway family swords, which oddly enough, look at it, considering my camera's not the best quality, it does, it's really hard to notice, but it does have the assassin symbol in it for some awkward reason. But pretty nice detailed swords. The hidden blades are also very well detailed. Really does look like the ones from the games, especially with the little skull on him. All that. As you can see, there's 2 peg holes, and on each, well, pretty much his wrist, he also has 2 peg holes. I meant to say that the hidden blades have pegs, but you just attach them to, can't see where the peg holes are, attach them to his wrist, and you can either have the extended or non-extended hidden blades on his arms. Or you can do one extended and one not extended, whatever you feel like doing. I don't really have them extended. I always have them in the retracted. And it's kind of hard to see where the peg holes are sometimes. But as you can see, they work well also with them retracted. These swords also do fit in his hands, but you kind of gotta, for some reason, get them on and make sure they stay there. But they do stay there without that much of a problem. They do get on his hand better than the way Blackbeard's sword did. But the swords do look really nice in his hand. Well, his hands. So, as I said, doesn't really have a problem standing up, especially with his swords. His swords don't weigh him down, which, why would they? But they don't. So, looks really nice. You can really get him into certain poses, not that many, considering the outfit near his legs aren't that movable or at all. But you can still get him into certain poses. You can't really get it to make him look like he's doing a full sprint. But it's still okay. It's still a really nicely done figure. From what I've heard, it's better. This is the better one than a few other of the other figures released in the line. And so I kind of agree with them, considering I only have 2 other figures, and they're good, but they're not the best. As I said, they don't stand. The other 2 can't really stand up on their own, but you got to position them in a certain way where they will stand up, and then the slightest thing will knock them over. Even the slightest bit of wind will knock them over. So, as I said, the hood comes off, so that's why I'm also counting it as an accessory. Well, it comes with it on the figure, but it comes off, so I count it as a separate thing. I never really take it off because it's kind of a pain to get it back on. So that's basically it. I hope you guys have enjoyed Assassin's Creed Week. If you've missed any of the other ones, just go on the channel and just watch them there. Anyways, guys, I'm Chris from G.I. Joe Masters. Dismissed.